Give it up, Herrera. All your friends are dead. Let me through, Cortez. It's over. This will finish you. Tú eres un idiota. I am immune to all poison. Presidente Pancho.
Hello, my name is Jurgen Munkia. I just directed this little trailer. For my trailer, my selection choice of actors was, well, I wanted it to be a little action sequence kind of thing, and I knew I could be getting hurt, and in fact, I did kind of get hurt. So I selected myself as the main actor. I had my brother do the main villain, and I had one of my friends who was recording. He was the president. So I had 3 characters. I needed first the protagonist, the antagonist, and then maybe like a side character that would like lay down the story. So I had Julio Cortez, which was my character, Hector Herrera, who was my brother's character. He was the antagonist, and I had Presidente Pancho, who was kind of like the man leading the story. So in my storyboards, I have a couple storyboards. There's many action sequences. It opens up with panning of the city, and then it goes to like a low angle. I had different camera angles, so in this one I had like a low angle that was brought up to show him running in, and then I had a similar technique brought up as from the back angle as I came into frame, or my character came into frame. And as my character comes into frame, there's a little dialogue exchange that goes on. You can't really get into too specifics, but the whole storyline is Hector Herrera. He grew up an orphan. He wanted to stop all the orphanages because he hated his life as being an orphan. So he decides to blow up all the orphanages. Unfortunately, that creates more orphanages. So the first section of this trailer is him stopping Herrera for the first time. He fails, he goes blind, and then he carries out his plan. The president comes in, he's got many kids in the orphanages. He says, I need you to stop Hector Herrera from doing his second plan because it's more specific, more targeted, because the first one was kind of like a test. He blew up the orphanages, he blew up adults, many people nearby, they killed parents, and it created more orphans. So the whole conflict of this trailer is he goes blind and he's trying to figure out how to stop Hector Herrera in order to stop him from blowing up the orphans. So my camera angles, there was another one where it kind of zooms into the poison, and then the action sequences they're kind of still. I didn't want to move the camera because it was already doing a pretty big stunt. But there was one where it was following me through the running, and then I jumped off a cliff, and then I landed on the other side. That was pretty good. We had several camera angles. There was one that I actually sprained my ankle and fell down a hill, or I jumped down a hill purposely. And then in the next scene, we had to get the other side of the hill. The hill that I jumped off of wasn't straight down, so we had to go to another location where there was this big rock, and I was like, dude, I can jump from here to here and then roll down a little bit, and then it'll be fun. There was a bunch of broken glass. I ended up cutting my fingers a little bit, but I was like, all right, let's do this. I jumped down. I hesitated for a moment because I jumped down and I tumbled, and everyone gasped. It was a worrying moment. The sound effects, there was I used most of the environment that were already there. So there was some clips that we had birds chirping in the background. We couldn't really use that footage, so I took those effects and I put it or I took that sound and I put them where they would apply. You can hear them in the first sequences. There was one where he was flipping his lighter that I used it when he was walking into frame. That's one of the sequences that I used, and there was obviously one where I landed. It made a pretty big sound. I had to amplify those sounds because they were kind of hard to hear, and I sectioned them off and I put them in. There was the song in the background playing the movie trailer. So the way that I captured dialogue, it was pretty straightforward. I had some written down in the storyboards. It was a direction. I was kind of not going specifically with this. I ended up cutting most of the dialogue, so there's like only a few sections because I wanted to keep fast paced. It's an action movie. So the dialogue, it ended up being a little shorter. There was a whole lot of plot points that were missing because the dialogue was shortened down. Like in the trailer, you can't really tell what the whole story's about. The orphans are getting blown up or whatever, and I think it works better that way because now it just makes it seem like an action sequence. Him being blind isn't really specifically stated, but it's shown in the trailer when he throws acid in his face. There was many moments that it was more you have to see it, like him not knowing how to jump because he's blind was kind of like an intentional thing that was thrown in there to keep it interesting. It was kind of a humorous kind of element to it.